and wherever there is like a long ass like excerpt of a case, skip it, because it's gonna play zero role in the reasoning, right? And so if you actually do that, a 129 page judgment actually is around 30 pages,
Wow. Yeah.
which you can grasp in an hour aram se. There's no problem with that, right?
Which are now out in the world and here with me. So if you're watching this, feel free to go ahead and order the books.
I'm glad you're holding up those and not like transformative constitution. People would not take me seriously as a science fiction writer because I'm only known as a lawyer.
Yeah.
And that fear has not been entirely groundless. People still insist on finding law in those books where it doesn't exist.
I did read a couple of reviews which said that Bhatia's The Wall can be placed right next to his work on equality and constitution and so on. How do reviews like that make you feel? What's your thinking when you're reading this?
It's just nonsense. I mean,
you also have over 80,000 followers on Twitter, a Wikipedia page, which I
don't know, only half those followers are bots, right? So like, should like not take that very seriously. No, I my first year I interned in Port Blair, on the Andamans, which can show you how seriously I took like internships.
No, definitely.
Second year I didn't intern at all. And third, fourth, fifth year. So we had in NLS, we had mandatory internships.
Yeah.
In third, fourth, and fifth year in the long break.
Okay.
So I did the bare minimum. I did those 3 internships because you had to have an internship diary and like kind of get it signed and stuff. So I did those 3 internships because you have to. There was no choice. But other than that, I mean, holidays meant holidays. I mean, you go back home. For me, it was Delhi and chill and like just like really take it easy.
Yeah.
So I was completely clear that I did not want to do like cop firm. But no, this is no dissing on cop firms. I just not for me. And so I knew that I was not going to sit for placements, and people kept saying like because I was doing fairly well in terms of like grades and all that. People kept saying, yeah, you're saying all this stuff, but when the magic circle comes calling, you'll be the first person. You've seen this many times. I was like, I'm not trying to like pull a scam here. I'm not even saying I'm not even saying this is some principled like anti-cop firm moral stand. This doesn't interest me. Like I don't want that kind of life.
Gautam, I'm sure you must have come across the trolls on Twitter who sometimes come at you and say that he doesn't have practical experience. Maybe he shouldn't be writing about courts and judgments, so on. What's your take on that? What does that make you feel?
And I've seen this not just an Indian thing. I've seen this in UK lawyers as well, US lawyers. This seems to be this thing of like, okay, if you didn't tweet, did you even argue, right? Or were you even in the case? I think one thing that people commonly miss out on if we are looking at it from the outside is the number of dead hours in litigation, right, where nothing is happening. So this could be if you're in the Supreme Court and item whatever supplementary item or main list item 105 and 101 basically is like a heavy civil matter in which like Rohatgi and Salve are arguing, right? Then 4 baje tak nahi aane wala. It's not going to reach till 4 o'clock. Now, I mean, then what do you do, right?
So can you talk to us a little about how the idea for ICLP came into your mind? What were your thoughts with it? And what are your thoughts?
I was bored. It was like summer. I was stuck in India. Like, nothing was happening in life. I was like, okay, let's start a constitutional law blog and start writing about it. So in fact, like honestly, the guy who published that now trolls me on Twitter also. It's like it's like pretty bizarre. So I found it quite funny. I mean, एक तो छाप रहे हो blog पे फिर troll कर रहे हो, मतलब यार pick one thing, no? I mean, and also like people forget. Should just open CY, right? Just open CY and see the language that he uses for judges, right? If you look at his language for judges, it'll make all of us look like gentle, like mild, like British, like politeness and restraint. I mean, so I think people have forgotten like what cut and thrust actually looks like in legal debate.
I'm just wondering, did your social life ever take a toll because of all the writing and reading that you do?
I've often said I don't have a social life. Like,
so next one, constitutional law, science fiction.
Science fiction always is much older love than constitutional law.
Would you also recommend the transformative constitution?
Obviously, I mean, like, so the first recommendation would be that. Yeah.